Good evening, excavators of the human soul and the tireless guardians of the Mr. Magazine community. You have navigated the treacherous currents of the internet to arrive at the sanctuary of deep analysis. Here, we do not traffic in the cheap currency of fleeting gossip, we trade in the gold of psychological insight. We strip away the veneer of stardom to reveal the raw, pulsating humanity that beats beneath the tuxedo. Before we open the heavy dossier on tonight's seismic revelation, a story that involves a sister's desperate confession, a leading man's hidden battle, and the ghost of a love that refuses to die, I must ask you to perform the sacred rituals of our order. Verify that you are subscribed. Ensure the notification bell is ringing in harmony with our uploads. And, for those who wish to move from the gallery to the inner circle of truth seekers, I invite you to click the join button. Your patronage is the shield that allows us to speak on the unspeakable. Tonight, we turn our gaze to the House of Bürsin. For years, Kerem Bürsin has been the epitome of the cool, collected leading man, the Turkish export who conquered the world with a wink and a smile. But a crack has appeared in the marble. A statement, allegedly leaked from the inner sanctum of his private life, has landed like a bombshell. It comes not from an enemy, but from his own blood, his sister, Melis Bürsin. The claim? That Kerem is undergoing professional treatment for an endless emotional attachment to Hande Erçel. It is a story that challenges everything we think we know about closure, masculinity, and the price of a love lived in the public eye. If you are ready to look behind the curtain of the industry's most guarded heart, press the like button now. Let the analysis begin. To understand the magnitude of this event, we must first profile the source. Melis Bürsin has historically been a ghost in the machine of fame. Unlike the siblings of other stars who chase the spotlight, Melis has led a quiet, private life, existing on the periphery of her brother's stardom as a pillar of silent support. This makes the alleged leak all the more catastrophic, and all the more credible. The chaos began, as it often does, in the shadows. A conversation Melis reportedly had with her inner circle following a private event was leaked to the press, shattering the omerta that usually protects the family. According to these explosive allegations, Melis did not mince words. She claimed that her brother is navigating a period of significant inner turmoil, a storm so violent that it has required the intervention of professionals. The cause of this turbulence? An inability to sever the emotional cord that binds him to Hande Erçel. This is not merely a gossip item, it is a tragedy of Shakespearean proportions. It suggests that while the world moved on, while the headlines faded, and while the fans argued over new ships, Kerem Bürsin remained anchored in the past. Melis's words paint a picture of a man who is not just missing an ex, but who is grappling with an attachment so profound that it has become a condition to be managed. The tabloids are asking why she broke her silence. Was it a slip of the tongue? A moment of frustration? Or was it, as some insiders suggest, a desperate cry for help, a way to release the pressure valve on a brother who was drowning in silence? Let us dissect the phrase at the center of this storm, endless emotional attachment. In the clinical and cynical world of celebrity news, we rarely hear such poetic, almost gothic terminology. It implies a love that has mutated into a haunting. According to the reports spreading like wildfire across social media, Kerem has been seeing a professional for some time. He is working, we are told, on managing his emotions in a healthier way. This revelation humanizes the superstar in a way that no PR campaign ever could. It strips away the armor of the hanker phenomenon and reveals a man. It challenges the stigma surrounding men and mental health, particularly regarding heartbreak. In a society that tells men to get over it and move on, Kerem's alleged struggle is a testament to the depth of his capacity to feel. Those close to Kerem have chosen the path of strategic silence, neither confirming nor denying the claims. This ambiguity acts as oxygen to the fire. It forces us to look back at the timeline, the years they spent together, the projects that blurred the lines between fiction and reality, and the chemistry that convinced millions they were soulmates. If the attachment is indeed endless, it validates the intuition of the fans who always claimed that what they witnessed was not acting, it was a soul tie. And what of the object of this affection? Hande Erçel remains an enigma wrapped in a riddle. As the accusations swirl and the theories multiply, the beautiful actress has maintained a disciplined radio silence. Her social media feeds remain a curated gallery of her life, fashion, travel, career. Impervious to the storm raging in her ex-partner's name. Some commentators interpret this as indifference, a sign that she has truly moved on and refuses to look back. She will never get involved in this matter, they say. They argue that Hande views every news story linking her to Kerem as a shackle, a hindrance to her individual evolution. By ignoring the noise, she hopes to starve it. However, a more nuanced reading suggests a protective neutrality. Sources close to the actress state, Hande has dealt with these kinds of accusations for years. She doesn't even care about these issues anymore. She's focused on her own life. Yet, they also note that she feels no resentment or anger. Her silence might be a form of mercy, a refusal to add fuel to a fire that is already burning her former partner. But the internet is unforgiving. Many social media users argue that her silence only fuels the rumors further, creating a vacuum that speculation rushes to fill. If the accusations intensify, if the narrative paints Kerem as a man on the brink, will she be forced to step forward? Or is her absence the final, brutal confirmation that the chapter is closed? In the wake of Melis's statement, the fanbase has transformed into a collective of forensic psychologists. Every recent interview, every behind-the-scenes clip, and every photograph of Kerem Bürsin is being re-examined under the microscope of this new knowledge. The distraction on his face during press junkets, the faraway look in his eyes between takes, the moments where his famous smile seemed to reach only his lips but not his eyes, all of these are now being reinterpreted. This could actually be a reflection of the internal struggle he has been experiencing for a long time, fans argue. It was claimed that in his recent projects, he tried to concentrate on his work but often got lost in thought. This retrospective analysis is heartbreaking. It suggests that while we were consuming his content, demanding his energy, and projecting our fantasies onto him, he was fighting a solitary war. The thoughtful expression we praised as depth may have been the mask of depression. The cool detachment may have been a defense mechanism. Melis's outburst, viewed through this lens, appears less like a betrayal and more like an intervention. Sources claiming she wanted her brother to feel freer, to stop hiding and relax, lend credence to the idea that this leak was a calculated demolition of the walls Kerem had built around his pain. The response from Kerem Bürsin's management team has been a masterclass in corporate deflection. A brief note stating, "We do not consider it appropriate to sensationalize personal and family matters," was issued. It is a non-denial denial. By focusing on the appropriateness of the discussion rather than the veracity of the claims, they have inadvertently fanned the flames. The number of those who believe the accusations are not entirely false has skyrocketed. The industry is buzzing with rumors that Melis didn't make this statement in a fit of rage, but as a necessary release of the pressure valve. It is a clash between the polished image the management wants to sell, the international star, the action hero, the rom-com king, and the messy, vulnerable reality of the human being. This incident has shaken the walls of privacy Kerem has strived to protect for a decade. He is behaving very cautiously, retreating from the public eye. His lack of recent posts has piqued curiosity. Is he crafting a comprehensive statement, or is he retreating into the very silence that Melis tried to break? Kerem disappears every time such a big story breaks. It's his defense mechanism, comments one insightful user. It is the retreat of a wounded animal, seeking the safety of the den. We must also consider the professional ramifications. Gossip columnists and industry experts are divided on the impact of this saga. On one hand, there is the argument that this humanizes him. In an era that values authenticity and vulnerability, a leading man admitting to needing therapy for a broken heart could become a powerful icon for mental health. It strips away the toxic machismo often associated with Turkish dramas. However, the cautious voices warn of a darker outcome. If an actor's private life becomes a topic of discussion, it could overshadow the seriousness of his projects, experts state. Kerem Bürsin has immense international ambitions. He is positioning himself as a global player. Does the narrative of emotional instability or obsession damage his bankability abroad? Does it make producers hesitate? The constant comparison to Hande Erçel, who appears to be sailing smoothly through her career, adds a layer of professional rivalry to the personal tragedy. While she is seen as the unbothered queen, he is being painted as the tortured artist. It is a dichotomy that the press loves, but one that can be exhausting for the individuals living it. We have analyzed the leak, the psychology, and the industry fallout. Now, I must turn the mirror toward you, the empathetic heart of the Mr. Magazine community. This story forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about love and letting go. My question to you is this: do you view Melis Bürsin's alleged leak as a betrayal of her brother's trust, or as an act of desperate love to get him help? And secondly, does knowing that a star like Kerem Bürsin struggles with heartbreak make you respect him less as a strong leading man, or does it make you respect him more as a human being? Pause the video. Scroll down to the comments. Share your philosophy. Do we demand that our idols be invincible, or do we allow them to bleed? Your answers are the threads that weave this community together. As we close the dossier on the Melis protocol, let us carry with us the weight of this revelation. Whether the rumors are entirely true or exaggerated, they speak to a universal experience. We have all had the love that lingers too long. We have all had the attachment that defies logic. Kerem Bürsin, if the reports are true, is fighting a battle that millions fight in silence every day. He is trying to unclench his heart. We will continue to watch, to analyze, and to wait for his voice. But until then, let us offer him the grace that we would want for ourselves. If this deep dive resonated with your own experiences of love and loss, please like the video. Subscribe to Mr. Magazine for stories that honor the complexity of the human spirit. And click join to help us keep the lights on in the lighthouse of truth. From the shadows of the past to the light of healing, remember, the strongest hearts are often the ones that have been broken the most. Good night.